Right, so I'll just turn that noise off. Okay, so I've given that, I don't know, a 30-minute charge, and we've got all the orange fluid down at the bottom of the cell. Now, it looks to me that that is doing pretty good. Just bear with me a moment. I'm going to put you on the stand. Wherever that is. Here we go. So as we can look at this a bit better. Alright, we're getting there. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So what we've got here now, I don't know if you can see that. See that well or not? That's milliamp hours, and I've just had that on. It's running through this resistor here. It's a tad warm, tiny bit above ambient, and for the moment we're going at 62 milliwatts, and it's 1.3 volts. Yep. Now it's actually 1.35 volts. If you can see that. No, you can't see that. Can't see that. Move that over here. So, get the wires out of the way. That's 1.32, 1.3 volts. And go back to the milliamp hours. That's only a 30-minute charge with 3 volts from my 18650 battery. All the colours have sort of separated in that container, in the zinc bromide container. You can see it's really dark at the bottom, and it's clearing up at the top. But that's the carbon plates here. See them? There's actually 3 in there, 3 carbon plates, and at the top it's sort of clearing up around the zinc electrode. But as it goes, it's gone all black again. Now, let's see what we've got here. I've made a second element, or a second cell. Now I've got these zinc plates at the top. It's just a whole lot of zinc. It's the same amount as what's in there, except I rolled it up neatly and tidily, and it'll sit down inside there, and then we'll have this going through the top, and then I'll try and separate the elements on the bottom there to make it sort of more surface area. But I'll have to get a long stick. I had a long stick. There's a long stick, and spread them out sort of like that around the place, so as they have more surface area showing. There you are, that's sort of alright. Right, I don't know how that looks, but that's a fair bit of surface area there. And then I've got to make the liquid, the electrolyte. I've got to clean my jar out, make the electrolyte to go in there. And I'm going to make up a 2 molar mix for 1 litre, which will be, I forget the numbers. I have to go and look it up. I go and look at Robert Murray Smith's numbers he's got there. He does tell you what a molar mix is, and I've got my chemicals. I've got my zinc sulfate over here, and my sodium bromide. I've got 500 grams and 500 more grams, so that's 1 kilo of sodium bromide, and I've got half a kilo of zinc sulfate to mix, so it should give me enough for another cell. Buying all this stuff off the internet, it's getting to be expensive. I don't know if it's going to be worth the value, but see, that's hanging steady there at 1.3 volts, and it's running up the milliamp hours. We'll just have to see how long it takes. I suppose I could leave you there looking at it, but for now we'll just turn off and we'll come back to it later. I'd like to see, that's only 30 minutes in there from the 3-volt battery being hooked up, so I don't know how much amp hours we're going to get out of it, but we will see. Okay, I don't know what we can see there. Yeah. Now comes the fun part. I'll just move you up a little bit closer, or bend you down. I don't know if you can see that. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we've got the fun part coming up now. We're going to measure out 166 grams of zinc sulfate. We've got a spoon somewhere. Where's the spoon? There's a spoon. 166 grams. Now, zero that out. Zeroed out. Okay, and we'll put our, gets all chunky. Oh dear. 7 grams. 20 grams. We'll take that over there. 20 grams. 30 grams. Oh, this is going to take forever. Getting this out of here, it's all gone hard. We don't want hard. Hope it don't explode. No explosions, please. Great. Look at that. It's hard. So, that's 40 grams. It's 80. 100 grams. We want 166 grams. I don't know if that bit's going to be too much. That's 180. Let's get some smaller stuff. That's 100. 115. 25. I need a better way to sort this stuff out. Pretty hard to get out of the jar. 135. 140. Put that in. 59. 159. 63. 64. 65, 166 grams of zinc sulfate. Where's the lid? Have a proper lid for that? No, don't have a proper lid. But that's 166 grams of zinc sulfate. Now, I'm not going to measure out the water, I'm just going to guess at it. That's approximately 400 ml. I'm just going to dump that straight in there. Alright. Splash water everywhere, stored out in the electronics, great. Clever. Alright, so that's the zinc sulfate mix. Now we need to do the sodium bromide mix, and that's all going to go in here too, and then I'll heat it so as it dissolves, and then when it cools down it will settle out the salt in it. Okay, let's zero that out again. Alright, so that's that. Oh, I've got to have a coffee. These wires are in your way. There. So now we get the sodium bromide. We want 1 molar of that, which is 204 grams. And is it the same? Yes, it's rock hard too. Man, it's so annoying. It's all gone hard in the jars. It shouldn't have any moisture in it whatsoever, but it has. Just got to smash it up and get it moving. This is half a kilo here in this jar, and we want 204 grams. We've got 245 there, 230, 220, 207, 205, 204 grams. Not bad at all. So now we're going to put that in our mix here. And you think to yourself, how is that going to all go in there? But it'll all dissolve. I know it will because I've done it before. And this is a 1 molar mix for a litre of water. So yeah, that's that. 1 molar mix for a litre of water, and we'll get our old faithful heating equipment and we'll heat it up. We're finished with you. You can go back, turn you off. That's our magic scales. And I don't know if I should drink that because I think I've thrown some zinc bromide in it, or thrown something in it. I know I splashed a little bit about, so yeah, we're not gonna drink that. We'll just put this back where it belongs, and we'll go from there. There's our cell, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so we need to mix that. Get our heat platform. Here we go. We get this, and this is our heating equipment. What's that sitting on? Right. So we lock it up. There we go. And we just heat that up some, and then the water, the salts will dissolve into the liquid. Then we just leave it stand so as it cools, and then all the extra salts, as per Robert Murray Smith says. Oh, can you see that at all? I'll just bring you up there. There we go. Now I'm just going to heat that up for a little bit, and just dissolve all the salts in it and then let it cool. That's all I'm going to do, because I put 160 grams of zinc sulfate in it and 204 grams of sodium bromide in that, and that will be our 1 molar mix, because that will be mixed with a litre of water, and that will give us our 1 molar mix of zinc bromide in our cell. Right, I'm hoping that we'll be able to hook the two cells together and get 3 volts out of it. 3.6 volts. The battery is still discharging there. It's on 146 milliamps so far. I know it's slow, but the bromide mixture in the bottom of that is settling down. It's getting clear at the top. I want it to go actually totally clear, like totally discharged, but I don't know my chances of that happening, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so we'll just dissolve this and let it cool. As you can see, there's not so many lumps in the bottom there now, except for that big one, but it'll dissolve. And we'll go from there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I had my Pyrex dish on the cooktop just heating it up, and it exploded and spread the whole bench top with our electrolyte. It was a disaster of biblical proportions, and I was very upset with that. But anyway, I exploded my battery tester. It had 200 milliamp hours on it, so that's not a lot. But this is a new one. Just a bit I have. It just measured how much goes through these two 5 watt in series, so that's 10 watt resistance on the battery. It has now 1.4 volts in it, and I don't know what 8 stands for, but I think that's milliamps. And then we've got amps at 9.1, or is it 0.91 amps is going through. So I don't know. This machine, I need to know what it's doing, and I don't. It's counting up on the amp hours, but I don't believe that it's actually 8 amp hours. It's only 10 watt resistance on that, you know. So I don't know, I suppose I'll just leave it going and see how long it takes. It doesn't want to sit in any one particular spot, so we'll just let that go. I set the bottom voltage to 0.5 volt, so it's going to drain this really good, I think. You know, the other tester was for a 18650 battery, and this one is for a 1.5 volt battery. So yeah, we got 1.7 in there when nothing's happening. It's got 1.4 when it's draining at 10 watts. They're getting warm, and that's about it for now. So I'm just going to let that go for a while and see how we go. But yeah, that's 10 whatever it is. There we go. What we've got here is, it says amp hours, amps and volts. Now when I started, I had 1.8 volts in the cookie jar, so the cell had 1.8 volts in, and here I have 5 watt and 5 watt resistors. So that's 10 watts resistors there. This is running in amp hours, not milliamp hours. So it has 2.266 amp hours. So it's a quarter of an amp hour so far. And that is taking out at 1.3 volts and 0.086 of an amp. So that's what it's running at the moment. And it's been running for 3 hours now that it's draining this battery. That was with a, we'll go over the top and say a 45-minute charge from a 18650 battery, right, at 3 volts or over 3 volts. It was charging for 3/4 of an hour, and it's been going now at what is it, 1.35 volts for 3 hours or more. Anyway, we're going to keep going with this. This is a different tester here because I blew the other one up. I was heating up, you might have seen I was heating up the liquid to dissolve the salts in it, and my Pyrex dish that I had it all in exploded and poured water and shorted out my other tester. So I had to get this new tester for it. Okay, so that's what we've got.